Hello everybody, welcome back to the breakdown. I'm Tone. It's fantastic to have you here with me once again. Um, Today I'm going to do my first official video on precious metals and what is real money. And I've been greatly encouraged by the community, especially covering silver of late. There's a lot of new YouTubers out there that have come out and started stacking silver and stacking a bit of gold. I haven't seen so much of anyone stacking platinum, but I'd like to cover that stuff as well. So this will be a brand new playlist on my channel where I'm going to cover real money, and that's what this first video is about. So as I say, I've had some encouragement from others in the community as well, talking about I made mention that I'd like to start doing a little bit of content on precious metals, and I think it's really important to do it. One main reason is because there are a number of YouTubers, and I'm not going to name names. This is about my channel. I'm going to leave names out of it. There are a few YouTubers that get a little bit, what's the word? Narcissistic is probably a little bit of a sharp word, but they sort of, whenever the price goes down, they're a little patronizing, and that annoys me to some degree. And then there's other information that's wishy-washy and not clear-cut, and it makes it confusing for those who are encouraged to get into purchasing precious metals and preserving their wealth, but they get confused by it. They get discouraged because the information is not reliable. And I've been stacking gold, silver, and platinum now for over 10 years. Started back in 2011, 2012 was when I was making my first purchases. So I've been in this side of the investment world, although investment is not really the right word to use here, but a lot of people will understand if I use that word. But I'll cover why it's not investment as well as we move along in these videos. But I want to start off by asking this simple question, and that is, what is money? Because if we're talking about precious metals and stacking precious metals, we need to understand what money is. So I've got two options here. Now, first, the one that most people would associate the word money with is cash. Now, here I've got 100 Australian dollars. Now, I can easily go and spend it, and I think it's because of the ease of being able to spend that people associate the word money, as well as being taught from a very young age, because this is what we use to spend, that is money. So is this money? So now the other option, and you've probably been looking at this box here for the last 4 minutes while the video's been playing and wondering what was under the paper, but more importantly, what is in the box. So what is in the box today? Let's have a look. Gold. Okay, so we've got gold, and specifically we'll just focus on gold for today. And I can take it out, we'll have a look, because the information, now I'm not going to wear gloves, it's got a plastic capsule on, but let's just start off by saying that if you're going to handle coins, bars, not so much of an issue, but if you're going to handle coins, if they don't have capsules, wear cotton gloves. That's a bit of a pet peeve of mine, but anyway. Now, as you can see on here, it's not Australian dollars, just to clarify. So it's not directly the same as the cash I've got here. But it says $200. Now, I could go spend it in the country of where it's issued from. And I'm told it's worth $200, currency dollars. And if you want to see the other side here, it's actually the 2013 1 ounce Doctor Who release. Anyway, not important for this video what actual coin it is, although you might be interested. But it's the amount, 200. So I say I've got 100 cash Australian dollars, and this has a face value. It's not focusing real well. This has a face value on the coin of 200. Now, why is this important? Why am I raising this? Well, it means that I could spend this for $200 if it was Australian. I could sell it. I could trade it for 200 cash dollars. All right, currency dollars. I'm going to be using currency, but we'll get to that in a minute. So 100 versus 200. But if I doubled this amount and then went and tried to buy this coin, could I do it? Simple answer, no. Why? Why not? Well, that's because this is money. Gold is money, and silver, and platinum to a degree. They are money. This, well, I'm going to tell you why this isn't money and why I call it currency and will never ever refer to this as money again. It's not money. So let's cover that. Now, I want to just cover a few things. 7 points that makes money money. So money needs to be durable. Now, I could deface this. I could hit it. I could melt it. It's always going to be an ounce of gold. I mean, I wouldn't do it because it's such a great design. Obviously, it's got extra value because this is a numismatic coin. For those of you in the precious metals community, you'll know what I mean. But it just means that there's extra value because there's a limited number of them. But it's always an ounce of gold. Now, if I cut this in half, burn it, can't burn this. I'm going to burn this, cut it. No one's going to accept it as $50 Australian currency anymore, right? So I'm not sure why my camera seems to be doing that at the moment. It seems to be auto-focusing itself. But anyway, sorry about that. So, it's got to be durable. Money is durable. We don't use wheat, flours, anything that's perishable as money because, well, it just wouldn't stand the test of time. Money needs to be portable. Now, it needs to hold a high amount of worth, value relative to its weight and size, and therefore easy to carry around. This is easy to carry around, and this is easy to carry around. So they've both got, that going for it. Easily divisible. I could melt this down and I could make it into 10 1/10 ounce bars if I really wanted to, and make it more divisible. This, well, it's divisible, but not in itself. I'd have to trade this for smaller banknotes, but it is divisible. And it needs to be a medium of exchange. Now, gold is recognized around the world, and I could, use this as a means of exchange for another form of currency to be able to also purchase what I want in another country. But that doesn't mean that this wouldn't necessarily be accepted, but I could trade it for something, their currency, and they would accept it there. Now, it needs to be a unit of account. That's pretty self-explanatory. So, as I was just saying before, the money or currency, that you would be exchanging, it needs to be uniform. So you can only spend that currency in that given country. Interchangeable. Yes. So it's got to be fungible. So it's got to be able to be interchangeable. And that's, both of these cover those things. But here's where cash, dollars, and any other currency fall over. Intrinsic value. Intrinsic value. Money must have value independent of any other object. So you don't have to do anything to it to make it have value. Now, this has value because we're told it does. And it's easily used to purchase things, or it's easily used to pay you for your work. Right? But where it falls over is its scarcity. Now, gold, obviously they're able to keep mining it and we're getting an increased supply, but the increase in supply of gold is far lower than the increased supply of currency cash. Currency numbers on a computer screen that just keep increasing all around the world. Right. That's where this falls over. It has no intrinsic value. And so I'll draw a bit of a conclusion here for you so that you can understand. Let's just say that this, we'll go back to when the dollar, the US dollar is a good example, was pegged to gold. So a $20 gold coin, you could go into a place to buy a brand new suit, for example, and I am borrowing this analogy because it's fantastic. I can't remember where I heard it, but go into buy a new suit. It costs you $20. $20. You can go in with a $20 US dollar note, US $20 note, or you can go in with a US minted $20 gold coin in those days, and you could get the suit. Now, if you held on to both items, the $20 gold coin and the $20 note from way back then, and you went into the store, they'd laugh at you if you tried to spend the $20, and you obviously wouldn't directly try to spend the face value $20 gold coin, but you could quite likely trade your $20 gold coin for the value in currency that it currently is now in US dollars, and then go to that same store and buy a very comparable type suit. Now, what does that mean? Well, that means that in that time, the currency has lost a huge amount of value. Intrinsic value, it's got none. But the gold has retained its value relative to what you might want to purchase, relative to the currency. And that is why that's not money, and that is money. And that is why when we're talking about precious metals, if we're talking about it in terms of retaining our purchasing power, it comes down to a savings account, essentially. And I'll cover in later videos why it's not an investment. But we'll cover that another time. But just for now, it's very, very important to understand what is real money. And I think people are starting to understand that, and it's fantastic. I'm excited by the number of people who are starting to wake up to what real money is. And they're starting to get a pretty good idea that this, while it's a okay medium of exchange, it in itself has no value whatsoever. It's currently losing the value that people perceive it even has. And more people are waking up to the importance of holding real money. Rather than having cash and numbers on a screen in a bank account, they're becoming their own central bank. And that makes me excited. But it's really important to understand this is not money. This is. Thank you so much for joining me on the breakdown for my first official precious metals video. And I hope that all of what I've just described here makes sense to you. And if you liked this video, please like and even subscribe to my channel would be fantastic, so you can see the other videos that I'm going to be covering on this very exciting topic. Because, yeah, as I said, I'm super excited about the number of people that are waking up to this, especially in the last couple of years, even this year. So I'm highly motivated to get some good, solid, down-to-earth, broken down information out there to the community so that you can make some really good choices about what you're doing moving forward. But please always remember that this is not financial advice. It's silly that I even need to say that. Make your own mind up about what you're doing. But as far as this goes, I'm not going to say that it's only advice by telling you that this is money and this is not. That's a fact. But a lot of what I'm going to be sharing on here is opinion and not financial advice. But if this is an investment kind of thing and this is still considered money, there's not much I can do to help people that think in that way. So anyway, thank you for joining me on the breakdown. I'd appreciate a like. Please comment on your thoughts on this video. Please share the video. And if you would like to subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Until next time, God bless you and your families. And we'll see you in the next videos. Thanks and bye.